Hello. We are finishing 14 dawntrail DLC. Or at least I hope so. Let's get to it. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of my past to refute Cyril Jaw's claims. Krish, on the other hand, seems to know everything of her past and who she is. Yet, to be told... Hold on. Yet, to be told the memories of your life are not your own, I can only imagine how she must feel. Now's not the time to be disheartened, at least not here, anyway. I wouldn't trust anything made by Cyril Jaw to be safe for long, or to remain functional. Let's return to Mammoth while we still can. My mother will want to know of what we've seen here. Now that we return, I can now see this is the Mammoth I knew. I am glad to see you and both little Jaja returned safely, and you brought a new guest. There you are. I thought you should be the one to explain what happened out there in Yaktel. Not simply from another territory, but another world entirely. That explains much of the initial confusion between us. My apologies for any trouble I may have caused, and thank you for taking me in. Different worlds, and yet we seem to have so much in common. I cannot help but wonder what it is that links the two worlds together. What indeed? You mistook us for the normal jaw of your Vanadil when we first met. May I ask what they are like? Nothing at all like you and yours, even if they do bear a striking resemblance. There was a time when all the peoples of Vanadil, the Momoja included, knew peace. But a tyrant possessed of a terrible power claimed rulership over the Momoja and turned them against us. Before we realized it, we were at war. A tale similar to ours in a way. There are rare few of us born with two heads grow to be immensely powerful. That power was used to justify our premise over agreements over all others. But that is not who we are anymore. We can be better than our forebears. We will be better. All our hard work will be for nothing if Cyril Jao succeeds in seizing the throne. Well, you'll not want for aid and in stopping him, I promise you that. Oh, keen to lend a hand, are you? I don't need to know who I am to know the right thing to do. My blade is yours, and my honor as an adventurer of Vanadil. On my honor as an adventurer of Vanadil, we will put an end to Cheryl Job's schemes. If she was here, I'm sure she would have done the same. Right then. We can worry about whether or not I'm real another day. I'm not going to stand around and let Cyril Job pistol over the memories of my home. So you can count me in too. Don't think you can forget about us. This all started in Yaktal, and we have a duty to keep our forest safe. Sarolja has left us without a trail to follow, but it's only a matter of time before he reveals himself to challenge Yo once more. If you to be ready, I think it prudent the two of you learn more of our world. An excellent idea, brother. We should start with Turlio. See at our own preparations while we're there. If you would meet us at the dirigible landing, we will see Christian Axel to Turlio. I have no doubt Axel and Prish will be safe at your side, but do make sure Barkolja doesn't overexert himself. Those balloon-powered airships are really something. I didn't expect the flight to be so smooth. So this is totally all. Before I forget, I couldn't help but notice how much you seem to know about me. Is there anything else you remember? I'm afraid I don't, and as you don't recognize me either, perhaps we weren't acquaintances after all. What I know of you was likely overheard in a tavern somewhere, patrons sharing stories of your famed exploits. I see. Well, I'll leave it at that then. Now, where to begin? Brother, would it not be wise to first surprise the landscape of what happened, or would you prefer another stern lecture from the bow of reason? I'd sooner rip off our tail. Fine. Could you keep them occupied while I see to the landscape? Maybe take them to eat or something. I know. Take them to Auntie's to sample her tacos. Here, for that first meal of yours we spoiled. And just so we're clear, we're not expecting to earn your forgiveness. No amount of good deeds will ever undo our past. But there's always time to build a better future. When you get there, tell her what we sent you. She'll see that you're taken care of. I hope she might remember me, but she doesn't even seem to know me. God, who am I? Aunt T's Tacos, eh? Let me guess, they serve tacos? Oh, I can hardly wait. I ate tacos all the time back at home. Though I suppose I wouldn't hurt to take more scenic route. Maybe something along the way will help jog out Soul's memory. Walking the streets of an unfamiliar city, it feels like I'm back on another adventure. The diversity of people here is unlike anything I've ever seen in Vanadil. I can't tell you what a relief it is to know everyone here can get along. I didn't teleport through the hidden little talk thing. What in at Altana's name is that? Do people actually ride those things? Chocobos are the only beasts I've ever seen used for riding in Benadeel. If they have any, I'd sure like to see them. Those creatures remind me of the chocobos in Vanadil. To say we adventurers found them indispensable would be no exaggeration. From shore to shore, they were our faithful companions, wherever the roads might lead us. My home is surrounded by the ocean too, you know. It has the most beautiful views on a clear day. Not without the occasional monster, though. It's nice being able to walk around like this without your guard up all the time. I cannot say why, but I remembered something looking out at the sand dunes. There was a man out on the docks who claimed he could teach me new battle arts, but he would only agree on the condition that I retrieve for him a damned fly worm, an apron, and magic skull. I don't suppose you've met anyone on your travels who've made such queer requests. That's such a specific reference, I have no idea. Oh, I'll get it later. So these are the markets in Toliolol. There are so many stands, I wouldn't know where to begin. It's enough to make my head spin. Some fruit would sure hit the spot right about now. No, Fish, remember, you're about to eat tacos. I happened to spy a few goblins on the way to the market. I remember them living in the major cities of Vanadil as well. Of course, there is no shortage of the unscrupulous sort living in the wilds as well. They would gather in droves and give chase to adventurers, forcing anyone and everyone to retreat back to the safety of town. This is the place, right? I can smell the savory meats already. And you must be Aunt T. Local Ja recommended we sample your tacos, so we'll have 3 of your finest, please. Local Ja sent you, did he? Take a seat, and I'll be right over there with a tray of our world famous fare. Tacos at long last. Oh, how I've waited for this moment. Hmm. I thought nothing could match the rich flavor of our tacos back home, but the spicy seasoning of this meat is something else. Eat as many as you'd like. Rich has taken the lead, but we won't be undone, surely. Ugh. I couldn't eat another bite. Thanks for treating us. It was almost like a taste of home. Tap, Nat, and Zia. Seeing as we still have a little extra time to ourselves, care to hear more about Vanadil? 20 years ago, the land was gripped by a terrible conflict. The Crystal War, they called it. And it wasn't long before my home, Temp Nazia, was drawn into the struggle. During their assault on the peninsula, the Beastmen launched a weapon so powerful it sundered the land connecting us to the mainland. Those who survived led to the Tabnazian safehold. It wasn't much, but we were about to piece together a modest living down in those caves. Sorry, I'm spoiling the mood, aren't I? You're an adventurer too, aren't you? Have any tales of your daring you can share with us? Traveling to other worlds and saving this one from the very embodiment of despair. Wait, really? You're not just an adventurer, you're a goddamn living legend. A hero, a living legend. Sorry for the wait. There were a bunch to appraise. There was much to appraise the landscape of as well, you know. The Cyril Jaw was behind the stolen relics, and the sightings of Gulu Jaja was understandably difficult for them to hear. And yet, there were others enticed by the rumors of a strange portal in the woods. I've heard some foolhardy treasure seekers have even gone off looking for it. A dangerous thought, knowing Silja could show up at any time with more of those echoes. Which is why I'm going back to Juneau to make sure our people stay out of there. If you're going, then so are we. It beats sitting around and waiting. Maybe we should bring Woke Lamont and that other friend of yours. Wow, was it? I'm fairly sure I've had to have Nazian tacos before. They were famous for their hardiness and helped stave off fatigue. Perfect for those who often found themselves on the defensive in battle. Gods, those tacos were bloody brilliant. There's nothing better than good food and good company to pass the time. Oh, there's one more. As soon as Book Jaja gives the word, we'll be off. With that, we have time to show you more of Toliolo, but we can't afford to have anyone worrying about in Juneau. Then let us make haste to Yuctel. It's hard to blame anyone for wanting to take a peek inside. I know I certainly would. The sooner we clear this place out, the better. With the power of editing. Okay. I can only speak for myself, but the idea of running headlong through a mysterious rift to God's nowhere in search of treasure seems absurd. The world has no shortage of legends like the City of Gold to inspire would-be treasure seekers. No risk is too great if they believe their dreams can be realized. Efforts better spent on a more honest living, I'd say. Walking the noble path like you, brother. In any case, whoever we find in there, we have to get them out quickly. I realize how prosperous it seems, but none of this is real. A mammal job by the name of Soja created this place. And what if one of those weird shadow things decides to gobble you up? When I jumped through that rift, I was expecting a dungeon, or maybe a labyrinth, not whatever all this is. It's dangerous and I need to leave. Don't make me laugh. Not long ago, I heard someone cowing in the streets about some rare stone they found. Something like that. Excuse me. Could be worth a fortune. I'm not going anywhere if there's riches just lying around for the taking. You're not fooling anyone, you just want the treasure for yourself, but I'm not leaving until I found it. We don't mean to threaten you, but you need to leave at once. This place is more dangerous than it looks. Never seen a city like this in Tyrol before. Dangerous, you say? Perhaps I should hold off on surveying further then. What a shame. I happened upon a rather curious stone I hoped to take with me, but it was stolen by some Tanwo and Tan brute. Without knowing the value of that stone, I can't say it's worth giving chase, but he ran off to the south if you mean to go after him. I'll be leaving now. If it's truly as dangerous as you say, I hope you'll be leaving soon as well. You came looking for some fancy trinkets too. Well, feast your eyes on this. We spoke with anyone who would listen, though a few were too stubborn to heed our warnings. A block of raw electric float. But how? I take it you're the one that found this? I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave with that stone. It's too dangerous. You expect me to just hand it over? Bah, this isn't totally YOLO. You have no authority here. I found it, and I'm keeping it. This is for your own good. Put the stone down and walk away. Or else. Careful, brother. Lay a hand on him, and the vow of resolve will never let us hear the end of it. We already are in her debt as it is. Fine, you've come here to make your fortune, yes? Then let me pay you for it. That would certainly save me the trouble of finding a suitable buyer, but don't expect me to let it go for cheap. We couldn't help but overhear you selling an artifact found in these ruins. Whatever this gentleman's willing to pay, I assure you I can pay more. Great, just what we need. What do you suppose we do now? Explaining the circumstances surrounding this place will likely take more time than we can afford. Ah, of course. Why not hold an auction for the stone? An auction, that would certainly simplify matters. It would save you the trouble of bargaining with all these interested parties separately and inconvenience them to pay you handsomely, lest they be outbid. Fine by me, but I'll only be accepting payment in gil. This money will be taking me overseas where I can finally live the life I've always wanted. I'll offer up every last skill of my game to my name if I have to. That stone will be mine. My work has been turning a tidy profit these days, so I've coin to spare. An auction should hopefully make things easier for Brookville Jaja, assuming he can outbid his competition, of course. I'm guessing Axel was inspired by the nearby auction house. Still, that was quick thinking. Let's hold the auction already and get this over with. Okay. But may I have your opening bids? Can you handle the bidding? We don't have much experience with auctions, but we do have the coin you can use. Around 1,000,000 gil saved up for our work with the Lance Guard. Hopefully that will be enough. Foreign merchants relieve me of my stock a few moons past, and it's a good thing they did. 1,500,000 gil, and I was forced to spend half of it in preparations for this expedition. I have no time for the back and forth of this bargaining nonsense. All I need to do is one bit to win that stone. While it is imperative that we recover the electoral, it wouldn't do to show your hand too early. Better to be conservative with your bids, staying just ahead of the competition. Damn, I wish I had money to join in. Seems like fun. We've a billion girl all untold, but I'm trusting you won't need to spend all of it. So, what's your offer? Right then, how much will you start with? $100,000. Is that all? Then I'll start with 400,000. Go. 400,000. I was hoping to keep at least half my savings, but if we have to bid more. $600,000. How is anyone meant to compete with that? One out of the running good, then I'll bid 700,000. Yeah, only one left now, but I don't think he'll give up without a fight. Shit. Well, I've come too far to back down. Down now. 720,000 gil. Raising the play bid by such a narrow margin, someone reached their limit. Finally, it's over. You have a knack for business dealings. Yo, maybe you were a merchant in another life. This looks to be all of it. The stone is all yours. That was more expensive than I would have liked, but nothing a few hunt bills can't make up for, I hope. As fun as that looked, I'm sure I would have made a mess of things if that were me. I tend to get a little carried away under pressure. Well done, friend. Now let's have a look at that electrolyte. Gah, this presence, it feels familiar. The Shadow Lord. There's no mistaking that deep and bitter malice. This stone must have served as the heart of the Shadow Lord's echo. He was a being of pure hatred, responsible for bringing about the Crystal War. I was part of the company that would eventually bring his reign of terror to an end. You helped defeat the Shadow Lord? meaning Axel must have been there with her, but I don't ever remember ever hearing about that. In any case, I will hold on to the electro. We should hurry back and speak with the Lance Guard. Excuse me, but were you speaking of the Shadow Lord just now? If there's more you wish to know, perhaps I can be of help. I've heard a great many tales of the fiend from the bards who frequent the taverns here in Juneau. I've been waiting over yonder near the fountain for my companions to arrive, but you're welcome to speak with me until they do. A most welcome offer, though there is much to be said for a first-hand encounter with the echo in question. Perhaps we can revisit the tales of another time, after we made certain no more treasure hunters can readily gain entry. Let's return to Toriolol and speak with the Lance Guard. Yo, come and meet us at Bright Bloom Posts. Ah, there you are. If you have any burning questions about this place or anything else in Vanadil, I should be happy to answer them. Me? I'm no adventurer of any particular renown. That's what you were expecting. Just a man from Bostock looking to see more of the world. While I lack in fame, I make up for it in strength of numbers. I have no shortage of friends willing to accompany me in my pursuit of riches should I reach out via linked pearl. The armor I wear is proof of our accomplishments, salvaged from the depths of Asdel undersea ruins. That said, I treasure my time with them more than any trinket or bauble we've unearthed on our travels together. You understand, surely. The great dragon that slumbers in the depths of the boy at the tree? Yes, I know of it, as does anyone who would dare venture into Zia-Ta. Stories of a great hero who did battle with the dragon, the harrowing encounter concluding with the strike at its heart with the fabled blade Riddle. If only they hadn't missed their mark. The blade is said to remain nestled in the beast's bosom even to this day. To survive such a blow and live for all these years bespeaks the strength I struggle to imagine. And yet, the tales of its might have not deterred the brave and foolhardy from venturing the tree. Hopefully they can slay Fambrir and claim its spoils. Few have reached the Dragon Eyrie and lived to tell of it. I've heard stories of the 5 warriors clad in black. If the fates are kind, I will never have the poor fortune to cross paths with them. They were not born, but forged from crystal, assuming the legends are true. The Dawn Goddess, Atlanta, wept 5 tears that gave birth to 5 races: human, elven, Tataro, Mithra, and Galka. The archangels are said to be the embodiment of their sins. Apathy, arrogance, cowardice, envy, rage, the darkness that lurks within us all. No one is certain why they were created. The prevailing theory is they served as guardians or some ancient paradise. The great darkness of the Northlands, hatred made manifest. There's not a soul in all of Vanadil who doesn't know of the Shadow Lord. His sole desire was to bring about the extinction of Altana's children, and so he rallied together with the Beastmen, inciting that what came to be known as the Crystal War. The Beastman's assault was merciless, and it was not long before Bostock, Salmon, did Oria, and Windsurst were brought to their knees. It was only after Archduke Camelot Lanat convinced them to join forces with the Grand Duchy of Juno that they gained the momentum needed to push back. United as the alliance of Altana, they would eventually drive the Beastmen back from their lands, and soon found themselves going on the offensive in Zakabard. The alliance proved victorious in the end, but not without a great many sacrifices. Peace has been restored to Valandil, for a time at least. The Shadow Lord was somehow resurrected 20 years later, but thankfully he was slain before the Beastmen could be emboldened to take arms a second time. There is much speculation to his origins. Most believe he was once a Galka, if you can believe it. He was betrayed by one of his companions, mortally wounded and left to die. A dear friend of his was also said to have been cut down in the altercation. He succumbed to his wounds, but his rage and despair would remain, giving life to the Shadow Lord. If what you say is true and he has returned once more, perhaps the flames of his hatred can never truly be extinguished. Okay. Finish up this quest and call it a day. I was hoping the few of the Lance Guard would be here already. The Lance Guard all appeared to be well trained and armed. I dare say they would be a match even for our soldiers back home. Once again, we're left with nothing but time on our hands until Sarodel shows himself. I suppose there's no shortage of work to be done if we ask the Lance Guard. You may be better served exploring Toriel, familiarizing yourself with the land. It wouldn't do it to find yourself lost when you need it most. An honest to God's adventurer. What a great idea. You're coming with me at Oxal, and don't you dare say you're not interested. Any self-respecting adventurer would jump at a chance like this. I'll not deny the suggestion piques my interest. We warn you now, though. The wilds of Tyrol are rife with danger. It is no place for the unprepared. I welcome the challenge. I can hardly count the number of times Vanadale's been visited by some new world-ending calamity, but no matter how dire things may have seemed, we always found a way through, together. This'll be no different, I'm sure of it. There's nothing we can't do so long as we have each other. A band of adventurers barely met, united in the face of great peril, just like old times. Are adventures always so sentimental? Is that so terrible a thing? Ah, here he is. The moment we learn that anything about Cyril Giles' movements, I've asked him to contact you. That's a cool ass building. Soon we will slaughter them all. Is that not so, Cyril Ja? Soon, my darned servant, very soon. Then there will be none to stop you from taking your rightful place on the throne. How fortunate for me that he lacks the wisdom of the true dawn servant. But if he will be made fit for a role, I must choose from the echoes carefully. The Shadow Lord showed promise, but Vanadil is a land of rich history. I need it settled for those who are but a blink of an eye in the annals of history. With the strength of the ancients, I will bring Tyrol, no, the whole world, to its knees. We've yet to hear any word of Cyril Giles' whereabouts. Rest assured you will be the first to know should we learn anything. I'll wait till I have a level 90 character to start clearing these quests, but yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. And Yeah, that was the dawntrail DLC. Appreciate you. I'm still waking up. Peace.